Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me and allowing me to continue to be your daily advocate. If you're new here or you're not subscribed for any reason, please do me a huge favor and hit the subscribe button. Thank you to all of you who have been watching and following me for so long. It truly means a lot, and I'm glad that I can be this person.
The SEC never had any intention to win this case, but at the end, I'm going to be showing you guys the real reason they filed this and proof that this may have been the only way to usher in regulations to a market that desperately needed it. So let's start right here, and I'm just going to read through this and then break down what it means. Eleanor Terriot tweeted out, "We don't believe XRP is a security, so we are using it as a currency," from Link2. Link2 offers retail investors a chance to invest in private tech companies, also giving them an opportunity to pay their investments using XRP and other cryptocurrencies. Link2 says they disagree with the SEC's assessment that XRP is a security and have sold a substantial amount of Ripple equity over the past 2 years using XRP. My question for the SEC, if the SEC believes XRP is a security, why are they allowing it to be used as a vehicle to buy other securities? And why are we allowing US investors to buy and sell it on exchanges called Uphold? Question for Fox Business and SEC Gov, but they have never given us an answer. John Deaton replies, "Ellie, you are spot on as usual. You are asking possibly the most telling question. If current sales of XRP are unregistered securities, why didn't the SEC seek preliminary injunction like they did in the Telegram case? Ripple can sell XRP to sell attorney fees to fight the SEC." So let's break this down, and I want to start off with the home run Eleanor Terriot hit in the beginning of this, and that is when she mentions the outstanding example of Link2 using XRP for XRP's fundamental utility, completely outside and independent of Ripple the company. This goes against the SEC's entire case against Ripple. It goes against the SEC's own definition of what a security is, and that is because XRP does not meet their definition of what a security is. XRP has fundamental utility outside of Ripple the company, and this is what allows companies like Link2 to use it for their own independent applications. So right here, she picks the entire case against the SEC apart, but what John Deaton adds to this might be even more explosive. He says, if current sales of XRP are unregistered securities, why didn't the SEC seek preliminary injunction like they did in the Telegram case? And this is crucial. What John Deaton is saying right here is if the SEC actually believed their own case that XRP was an unregistered security of Ripple, why aren't they asking the court to stop Ripple from selling XRP? They did this in cases in the past, and he is saying that he believes they are not doing this because they know XRP is not a security. It doesn't meet their own definition of what a security is. So what did I respond to this? I said, because they know it's not a security. They are creating a standard. That is why it's called regulation by enforcement. The SEC did not care about winning this case. They brought this case to create a standard. And let me show you Gary Gensler saying this himself. He's going to tell you that not every case is about winning. Sometimes it's about proving or creating something that could not be created otherwise. Listen to what he says here.
To litigate. This agency has to be willing to go into court and, take some losses from time to time. But
why would you go into court to take losses? That has nothing to do with bringing justice. If you're an agency whose job it is to bring justice, then there should never really be a scenario where you're losing cases outside of a critical mistake. That's because if you're going against bad actors, then you're probably going to win because you already knew from the start they were bad actors. But that has nothing to do with this case against Ripple. Ripple has only been trying to be a responsible company this entire time. What they are doing is something called regulation by enforcement. And the definition right off Wikipedia, this regulation by enforcement allows regulators to create new compliance rules through court cases. And this is a bunch of fancy terminology for that, but that's essentially what it is. They are using regulation by enforcement to create a standard that was not being created otherwise. That is why Gary Gensler went in this case knowing that he was probably gonna lose. The SEC knows they were wrong on the facts, That's why they are not telling Ripple to stop selling XRP. They know it's not a security. It's obvious. They had a test that has been at the SEC for almost a century. And this test very blatantly and obviously tells them XRP is not a security. But not only that, but the SEC actually lost court cases in the past in which they tried to say a cryptocurrency was a security. In the Telegram case, the court ruled that the Gram token was not a security. So the SEC has already lost a cryptocurrency case in which they tried to say the cryptocurrency itself was a security. They also know that centuries of their own securities laws tell them that XRP is not a security. So with this backdrop, why would they go against the cryptocurrency company Ripple, saying XRP fundamentally is a security, if all the evidence was pointing against them and telling them, no, XRP is not a security? Well, it goes back to what Gary Gensler's saying, and that is, this case was not necessarily about winning. It was about going to court and creating a standard. Let's keep moving though, because I think this is just another example of a mistake that was too obvious to be made on accident. If you're willing to believe that this was not a setup, you have to be willing to believe that I am a smarter lawyer than every single lawyer at the SEC. I think I have done a great job in covering this case, but I'm not willing to say that I'm smarter than the SEC's best lawyers. These are fundamental, critical mistakes that we are picking apart on this channel. I do not believe the SEC could have missed these critical facts. Here's another one that just blows my mind. Breaking. Brad Garlinghouse says that in all his meetings with the SEC, he was never told once XRP was a security. If the SEC planned on winning this case, why would they never tell Brad Garlinghouse he was doing something wrong? When the SEC filed this case, not only that, they actually told him that XRP isn't a security and apologized for him having to come to the agency. How much of a joke can this be? If the SEC was actually confident in their case, why would they file a clause that says Chris Larsen and Brad Garlinghouse recklessly sold XRP knowing it was a security? Brad Garlinghouse literally tells us that he was never told once XRP was a security, and SEC commissioners are telling us that they told Ripple that XRP is not a security. So with this backdrop and with this case going on since 2018, why would the SEC file a clause in this case that alleged fraud from Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larsen? They told Chris Larsen and Brad Garlinghouse that they didn't think XRP was a security. And in this lawsuit, they added a clause that said that Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larsen recklessly and knowingly broke the law. And to add on to that and make this all even more absurd, half the reason Ripple was able to get most of the documents they have gotten in this case is because of this right here. So the SEC literally filed a motion in this lawsuit alleging fraud from Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larsen, despite all the evidence and all the facts that they knew were present because they were the ones who filed this case. And in the end, it ended up opening up their agency for Ripple to be able to obtain a lot of the documents they needed to actually win this case. It's almost like the SEC set themselves up to lose the case. Either that, or this is the most ugly and worst filed lawsuit ever filed. I mean, how could you make mistakes this critical? It does not take a genius to realize that if you never told two people and actually told them the opposite, that XRP is not a security, and never told them it was a security, how could they have been knowingly doing something wrong? It doesn't make any sense unless there was a different objective of this case other than justice and proving or helping investors. Let's keep moving though, and I wanted to read this to you because this is something I wrote actually on October 23rd of 2021, And this is when I first started getting the hints that there is something more going on to this case other than just justice. Hopefully when I read this to you guys, it's going to summarize everything we've been talking about in this video and really make you realize that this is not a coincidence. It cannot be that the SEC messed up this badly. This tweet reads, the SEC lawsuit versus Ripple sole purpose was to give clarity to the market. Why? The SEC can't choose if an asset is a security or not. They can only enforce securities laws that have already been created by Congress. With that said, the courts can make something a security, and so can Congress. So, right here, we looked up earlier, regulation by enforcement, creating new compliance rules, and obviously we know Congress creates laws for the SEC. Keep moving. Unfortunately, Congress is too busy doing nothing to focus on digital assets. So the only way to create law was through the courts. Why can't the SEC just give more Hinman speeches? He only gave market guidance, not clarity. ETH technically could still be declared a security. So the SEC does not have the power to declare things as security or not. This needs to be written in the laws through the courts. Why sue XRP and not ETH? I go on, but they're not really that important. The SEC lawyers could fight this case as hard as they want, but the fundamental argument was wrong from the start. XRP is not a security of Ripple. It's a security of the XRPL. XRP does not depend on the health of Ripple. It depends on the health of the XRPL. Jay Clayton set up a lawsuit he knew he was going to lose and then left. This lawsuit was never meant to be won. It was meant to create clarity in the market. Security or no security, one thing is clear. This is the Ripple test, and the outcome will define all of crypto.
So enjoy your day, everybody. I'm always here for you. Leave any comments or questions below, and be sure to subscribe. But thanks, everybody. I really appreciate you. Enjoy your day, and I always have your back. So thanks so much, everybody.